Nightly greetings, one and all. I am William Theo, homegrown, and happy to bring you PTV News Now. Kicking off our stories for the evening. Like he promised, and amid the glaring spotlight of a pending impeachment trial of the Vice President, which he is perceived to have been dragging his foot, Senate President Francis Chis Escudero led his peers in the esteemed legislative body in approving on third and final reading 9 priority measures. The set of key pieces of proposed legislation in the Senate greenlit today include priority bills on banning offshore gaming operations, setting up an efficient disaster response mechanism, major reforms in energy, infrastructure, education, and governance. Right off the bat, the most significant or monumental include the outright prohibition of setting up offshore gaming activities or operations in the country, which Senator Sherwin Gatchalian co-authored and led the push on. Senator Jinggoy Estrada argued and sponsored the enactment of a participatory disaster risk response measure with the 19th Congress sine die adjournment looming. Senate leaders are expected to convey or transmit a good number of these measures to Malacanang for inking by the President and ratification into law. Meanwhile, forecasting volcanic eruptions is way far from being an exact science, not even remotely close. But scientists and seismologists are storing and accessing volcanic data in the cloud that helps in predicting the likelihood of volcanic discharge, as VOA's Phil Deerking fills us in with more in this report.
When a long-dormant volcano in Alaska started showing new signs of activity last year, scientists used new technologies to quickly analyze large amounts of data.
Nobody knew what was going on, and we were able within a couple of days to do an analysis of almost 8 years of data that would previously have taken weeks to months.
Most volcano observation uses satellites to measure how the ground around volcanoes is moving. That data is then transferred to local servers and downloaded for analysis. But those large files can take a long time to download and analyze. The new system allows volcano observers to store and analyze that data in the cloud. This saves time and provides faster volcano updates with better computer modeling to improve eruption prediction. That's especially important in Alaska, says geophysicist Max Enders.
I think in a lot of ways, we're almost always at the forefront of a lot of this technology. We have a lot of active volcanoes that are erupting quite frequently that we have to monitor, and people worldwide will come to Alaska to study volcanoes because there's so much opportunity to study active volcanoes here.
Using cloud-based systems to automate the processing of volcanic data makes everyone safer, says geophysicist Michael Poland.
That's getting us towards this vision of sort of an international, global, virtual observatory that's capable of serving out data and analyzing results sort of in an automated and real-time basis. And that's going to really level the playing field.
This new technology allowed the Alaska Volcano Observatory to conclude more quickly that the unusual activity at Mount Edgecombe did not pose an immediate risk. But they have installed new seismic instruments on the mountain to better monitor its activity. Phil Deerking, VOA News, Seattle.
And at this moment, let's turn to my colleague in PTV's Baguio City studios for what's hot and happening in the Cordilleras. Audrey?
Naimbag Arabi, naka-blue alert status ti lokal gobyerno ti Baguio iti panagrugiti rainy season. May sa ti City Camp Lagun iti Lower Aquari ababantayan ti lokal gobyerno gaputa kadaw yan ang malaylayos tunggal pa nagtutudo gapu kadagiti nakabara a basura. Iswa dagiti opisyales ti barangay kanayon ang mangipapatungpal iti clean up drive. Itay lang nabiit ng ipaulog ni Baguio City Mayor Benjamin Magalong iti memorandum para iti activation ti city kan Barangay Disaster Risk Reduction Management Council kas panagsagana iti posibleng epekto ti Southwest Monsoon wenno habagat. Imbili na lang ti panakaipaay iti timely, accurate kan appropriate coordination kadagiti frontline agencies. Nabilin pa iti availability ti food kan non-food items kan ti panakaipasigurado nga operational ti aming evacuation centers. May panamnamamot lang ti umdas a personnel ti LGU para iti clearing operations iti agbaling epekto ti habagat.
Tuloy-tuloy naman yung ating resiliency program. This is actually our second year, pero pa tayong third year pa. Kaya in-enhance natin yung capability natin to be able, capacity natin and capability to recover immediately in times of calamities. Kaya importante rito yung preparedness.
Iti daduma pay adamag indaulwan ti Overseas Workers Welfare Administration Cordillera kan Department of Migrant Workers Cordillera ti panakarambak ti Migrant Workers Day. Binigbig ti ahensya dagiti OFW kas Modern Day Heroes gapu iti sakripisyo kan rigat ti trabaho da iti balasiw taaw. Sigun kini OWACA Regional Director Martel Dasayon, nasurok iti $38 billion wenno 10% ti gross domestic products ti naipaaya kontribusyon dagiti OFWs iti ekonomiya ti Pilipinas. Iti Cordillera Region agar 40,000 OFWs ti adan iti legal a dokumento iti listaan ti OWA Cordillera. Dinayaw ni Baguio City Mayor Benjamin Magalong ti may papaay at tulong iti ekonomiya ti Cordillera kan iti pagilian ti remittances dagiti OFWs. Iti selebrasyon na ijaya dagiti nagdudumang aktibidad kan programa ti PhilHealth kan ti may saa bangko kasama ti livelihood investment info. Babaan met iti Balik Pinas, Balik Hanap Buhay program kan tulong puso tulong pangkabuhayan na ipayan iti tulong pinansyal dagiti napili nga OFWs ang nagsubli iti pagilian. Agtutuloy met ti nagduduma a programa ti OWA kan DMW tapno mapasaya at ti kasasaad dagiti OFWs bayat iti panagtrabaho da iti daduma a pagilian.
With our new administrator, Admin KY Kaunan, they are working tirelessly to have bilateral agreements with different countries. This is to ensure that the protection of the welfare and rights of our migrant workers are instilled.
Dagita dagiti damdamag manikod iti PTV Cordillera, siak ni Audrey Villana na Imbag Arabi.
Many thanks, Audrey. And with that, we draw curtains on tonight's program. Join us at noon tomorrow for another set of breaking stories in the afternoon and in the evening. Always make it your habit to tune in with us for stories you can count on and news you can trust. I am William Theo, wishing you a restful night ahead, and thank you for watching PTV News Now.